What's happening, guys? Today we're going to go over tire noise and what to look for and what to feel for when you suspect your tires are actually causing the noise. Now, this noise is often misinterpreted or confused with bearing noise, and there's a few tips I can give you to differentiate between the two. The very first thing you're going to hear is you're going down the road, you're picking up speed, it's rotational, we know that already, but it's like a whir, 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 whir type noise as it goes around and it comes to the cupped or scallop section of the tire. Now, what's common on the Fords for the OEM tires that come straight from the factory, it's a specific compound. I believe it's a softer compound for the OEM, so the car's nice and quiet when you first buy it. The problem is that it's too soft of a compound, so the tires start to cup and scallop on there and you get this noise. It's gonna happen. And this one's a perfect example. It's a no way to escape. Believe it or not, it has 26,000 miles on it. This is when I used to see them all the time. The dealer coming in under warranty, they'd have between 20 and 30,000 miles on them, and they'd have this tire noise. So the first thing you're gonna hear is that whir, whir, whir type noise that would go faster with wheel speed, okay? The other thing you may notice is when you go from a higher speed, you're driving at a higher speed, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, you come down to a stop. As you're coming down to a stop, it's almost like a grind noise, or that noise that you're hearing gets louder. And that's all the noise that's coming from the tire tread itself, compounding by the weight of the vehicle shifting forward as you're stopping. Again, I've heard people, customers come in and say that they have a brake noise or a brake roughness, and it's actually the tires also. So you got to realize that and put the two together. The next thing we're going to do is get out of the vehicle, put it in park, shut it off, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start looking at the tread on there. The biggest thing you can do is feel for them. Okay, and then of course on a lot of the vehicles it's evident just by looking at them in the light. You can see the tire's not smooth anymore. The tread depth on each one of them is different, and that'll cause this noise. Okay, here we go. This is what you're going to do. We're actually going to feel the tire up to see if the noise is coming from the tire. So we're going to feel for the noise, believe it or not, okay? What you want to do is get some nice gloves on like this to protect your hands. Make sure there's nothing sticking out of the tire like screws or razor blades, anything weird like that you picked up from the road. And then we're literally going to feel the tire. Now, you may not always be able to see the cupping or the uneven tire wear, but you're definitely going to be able to feel it, okay? So we're going to start at the top, and we're just going to go across all the ribs on here, each one of the treads on here, and we're going to feel it, okay? And you're going to go from the all the way to the bottom, because it may only be at one certain point of the tire, okay? So you may need to spin it, jack it up and spin it or move it forward and refeel for the full 360 of the tire. Okay, this one, like I said, it has the softer compound, so the whole tire is affected. Okay, so it's very obvious. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna feel it. Now, the first thing I feel is this very inner rib has cupping on it. This one right here is much higher, and the rest of these just have cupping on them. Now, the outer is pretty much smooth, okay? And like I said, it's gonna be really hard to show this on camera unless the tire is extreme, okay? But you'll definitely be able to feel it, okay? You don't wanna just feel one tread. You wanna feel them all together. Feel how it's going down the road. This will tell you every time if it's your tire or not, okay? And if you're unsure, it's your first time feeling your tires up, what you can do is go to a newer vehicle that you know has no issues, and you can feel it, whether it has an all-terrain tread like this or otherwise. Each one of these treads, these little nubs, should be the same. You can see these are all the different heights going down the road. They're all over the place, and you're definitely going to be able to feel it. At that point, it takes a few seconds, and you know, yes, I need new tires, but first we need to figure out why. Okay, we're going to attempt to show you what these treads look like. This is probably the worst section of it. You can see right here, it kind of flares up and out. So this side's higher than this side, okay? You see a difference here? This one's higher than this one, and so forth. You can really see it right here, here. You get the idea going down. You can see how it's wearing uneven like that, and that will cause your tire noise in no time. Now, by comparison, this is the outer tread. You see how these are all the same? They're not wearing unevenly. Tread to tread, they're fine. Okay? That's not causing the noise. It's those other ones that are different heights causing the noise. Like the ones you saw over here earlier. It's really bad back in here. It's good information to have before you start tearing into wheel bearings and stuff like that. You want to feel your tires. So as you can see, in most instances, you can literally see the cupping, and you can definitely, almost in all instances, even slight cupping, you can feel it. Okay, now the reason for this, like I said, on the brand new vehicles, is the softer compound that the OEM specified to the tire manufacturers. They do their little deal. Now, if you have brand new tires from a tire place and they're higher quality tires, that's the other thing. The lower quality tires tend to have this issue. Okay, performance tires, again, they're going to be like water wicking performance tires, not a regular tread pattern. It's hard to describe. Maybe I'll put a little picture up in there. They, again, are going to have a softer compound, so they're going to have this issue. Unless you're racing, you don't want no high-performance tires like that. They're going to cause issues. Okay, you want an all-terrain tire. Now, the other thing is improper air pressure, believe it or not, because it's rolling over like that, and it doesn't have the correct air pressure to roll smoothly down the road. Over time can cause odd wear issues like this. Usually it's on the inside or outside, or the middle of your outside, I mean, depending on your pressures, but in between there, it can cause issues. The major thing that causes this is lack of tire rotations, and the biggest is shocks. When your shocks in the back are wore out, your back end is kind of bouncing, and it's making these little wear spots on your tire, okay? And therefore, you're going to have uneven tread wear or cupping or scalloping like this, and it's going to cause a noise. Your tire needs to be nice and smooth going down the road for minimal noise. So keep those things in mind. If you do find your tires are cupped, you want to find the problem that caused it in the first place before you go out and just buy new tires, else you're going to have the same issue in about 26,000 miles. That's all for today. Hopefully it's helped.